7. Barrett outside, the switch. Doncic goes, oh, what a great step! And then he hammers it home! Broke his ankles!
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you guys are doing well. As you guys know, the New York Knicks are going to be taking on the Brooklyn Nets tomorrow night. And you could say the New York Knicks and Brooklyn Nets, they kind of have a rivalry. Yes, I don't have a big time history, but I think the Brooklyn Nets getting Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving goes into that. Of course, acquiring a James Harden, a Blake Griffin, like the Brooklyn Nets run New York. Don't get me wrong, the Nets are the better basketball team, and it's tough for me to say that. I don't hate the Nets completely like other people do. Like, I hate the Celtics more. I hate the Pacers more because there's more history that I saw with them. But they're not going to run New York. It doesn't matter how good the Brooklyn Nets are. Everyone knows it's just a New York Knicks, like, run city, or it's a run, like, state of New York. When you think of New York, when it comes to basketball, you think of the Knicks. You don't think of the Brooklyn Nets. We have the more passionate fans. We have the more loyal fans. Like, if I'm being completely real here. But this is going to be a very tough game up against the Brooklyn Nets. They may not have Kyrie Irving. You could say that's a distraction. That's drama. I'm not going to be getting into the whole, like, him not getting the vaccine, him not getting vaccinated and all that, because I know there's just going to be an argument down below in the comment section. They don't even have Kyrie Irving, but they're still one of the top teams in basketball. James Harden, he's not consistently getting his foul calls, but don't get me wrong, he's had some nights that he has found ways to get to the free throw line, but he hasn't played at a James Harden-like level. He hasn't played at an MVP type of level. There's been some very inefficient shooting nights, him getting extremely frustrated, and that's something I want to see from the Knicks. I want to see the Knicks be physical, but not be too handsy, because James Harden, you never know how the refs are going to be. You don't know if they're going to call it a tight game, or they're going to let them play out there on the court. They got to play physical, get in his head so he's complaining to the refs, so he doesn't get back on defense. Physical, but like disciplined, if you know what I mean. And obviously, Alec Burks is running the show at the point guard position. When I'm filming this video, I'm not sure if Derrick Rose is going to be playing, but we definitely do need Derrick Rose back when it comes to scoring up against this Brooklyn Nets team. Again, they don't have Kyrie, but they still have a LaMarcus Aldridge who is older, but he knows his spots out there in the court. If it's from mid-range territory, if it's even from the outside a little bit, we know Kevin Durant's one of the best scorers to ever play the game. He's probably the most effortless scorer I've ever seen, if I'm being real. Blake Griffin, he's an inconsistent scorer, but he has shown that he could score the basketball. Like Paul Millsap a little bit. Like, they have players still. They really do. The Brooklyn Nets, and that's the thing. Yes, Paul Millsap may be older. LaMarcus Aldridge may be older. Kevin Durant, even though he's one of the best players in the game. Blake Griffin, they may be older, but they are very experienced. They've played in playoff games. They've played in tons of regular season games. They've been stuck in a bunch of different situations. They're going to come to play. They're going to be disciplined. They're not going to fall for up fakes. I don't think there's going to be many ticky-tacky fouls. But getting back to the Knicks, the bench, Obi Toppin, we know he's going to play his ass off. Emmanuel Quickly, we know he's going to play his ass off. You can make the argument Quickly should have started, but if D Rose is not playing, then we definitely do need Quickly, like, off the bench to bring that energy. But you could say the same thing with Alec Burks. But the starters got to show up in this game. The starters absolutely got to show up. There has to be consistent ball movement. There has to be discipline from the squad. Julius Randle has to absolutely bring his A game. And I feel like no lead is safe. There's no lead safe at all when it comes to the New York Knicks. We almost blew it against the Pelicans. When we were up 11, there was like 2 minutes left. We almost blew it. But especially against this Brooklyn Nets team, specifically like in the third quarter, like we've seen leads in the third or entering the third absolutely blow it. The other team takes over. But Kevin Durant, he can just rally the troops and they can come back so easy. And I'm scared if this game comes down the stretch, we have no closer at all. Like, I feel like we have no closer at all versus this Brooklyn Nets team, or just at all. There's no consistency. Like, RJ struggled scoring the basketball lately. Julius Randle has. Like, Mitch Robinson, we're not expecting him to be a big-time scorer. Evan Fournier, to give him credit, he has scored it better lately. But these starters need to get their head out of their ass. They need to play hard. I'm not saying RJ doesn't play hard, but he has to play smart. They're going to have to find ways to impact the game and not just scoring. They're going to have to fully hustle. We're going to have to consistently see the Julius Randle from last season of just sprinting down the court, getting back on defense. And we're just going to have to make sure we contest every shot. And someone I want to tell you guys to look out for when it comes to the Brooklyn Nets, like some guys that are kind of grit and grind types of basketball players, look out for a DeAndre Bembry. He's someone that can get after it defensively. Not a big-time scorer of the basketball, but he does little things out there on the court. Bruce Brown, yes, he may be shorter for, like, the positions they have him out there, play sometimes, but he's a chiseled, very strong guy who he knows how to box out. Like, he's a sneaky good athlete, or he's a really good athlete. Like, it may look like he does the little things out there on the court, but it results, like, they may seem like little things to some people, like hustling, but it's just huge, big time impact for the Brooklyn Nets. And they just have veterans. They have guys that are going to consistently compete. Blake Griffin, I'm not a big fan of Blake Griffin. I think he's annoying sometimes, but we know he's going to compete. We know he wants to piss you off. It comes down to the starters. Comes down to Thibodeau rolling with the hot hands. I don't care if Obi Toppin, or I don't care if Julius Randle is like the guy you paid all that money. If Obi Toppin's playing better than him, you keep him out there. If Emmanuel Quickley's playing better than Alec Burks, you keep him out there. Everyone has to come to play. Everyone. We need consistent energy. We need consistent heart. And I want to see it tomorrow night. I really do. It's on TNT. Can't wait to watch that game. Chill, watch it, take some notes for you guys. And I just appreciate your guys' support. You guys always rocking with me. It's much appreciated. We can't leave the Brooklyn Nets, or give them second chance opportunities. Kevin Durant's just a freaking beast. Just yeah, let me know down below your thoughts. And yeah, guys, again, thank you so much for the great amount of support. I really appreciate y'all. I'm actually ordering a new ring light in the mail soon, and maybe a new mic. So yeah, guys, I know I say it a lot, but I really do appreciate you guys. I have other things going on outside of YouTube, but thanks for being like great supporters. I really appreciate y'all. And as always, guys, have a humble day or night. Peace out, y'all.